Hey Spitfires, it's Miss Amanda here. You've probably heard someone, maybe a parent, maybe a teacher, maybe you heard it on the news, maybe a friend talked about it, but you've probably heard people saying Black Lives Matter. You've probably heard somebody talking about police violence. This is hard stuff. This is really hard stuff. And this is my least favorite kind of video to make. This is the, I didn't plan to do this, but somebody's got to talk to you. So here I am. I want to talk to you today about Black Lives Matter. I want to talk to you today about a term you may not have heard called white supremacy. It's a big one. And I want to talk to you about police brutality. So, Black people in America have a long history of struggle, of resilience. Our country has a problem, and that problem is named white supremacy. We live in a white supremacist culture. What does that mean? White supremacy is a belief that many people have, whether they know it or not. So completely unknowingly, many of us, in fact, I would say most of us, deep down inside, believe that white people are more important than anyone else. But this doesn't just look like people. Sometimes it's white habits or white fashion or white books or white accents. And most of us don't even know we think this, but we've been living in this weird cultural soup our whole lives, and we don't know to question it. But it's time to question it. Is it true that white people and their culture is more important than anyone else's? No, absolutely not. So, as I said, most people have no idea that they believe this, but sometimes Black people and people of color are perceived as dangerous because of white supremacy. They're perceived as troublemakers in a way that white people are not. For example, I am white and I drive a car, and I accidentally put one of my license plate stickers in the wrong spot. So technically, my license plate is wrong. It's a problem. But a police officer has never, ever pulled me over to talk to me about how my license plate is wrong. Not only that, they have never pulled me over to be mad at me, even when I was doing the wrong thing, even when I was, Miss Amanda drove really fast. Even when I was driving fast one time, no one was mad at me. I walked away very safe. But sometimes people don't realize that they're afraid. And things can get dangerous when people are afraid. Fear can make people unsafe to one another. But as we said before, is that fear justified? No, it's not. And it has to end. Black Lives Matter. Your life matters. Black Lives Matter. So I have hope. I think that you can make this world better. Why do I think that? Okay, so we're humans, right, are biologically programmed to protect ourselves, to be fearful. It's how our species evolved to be the dominant species that we are. Fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of other. Guess what else? This is the good part. We are also programmed to live in community and to take care of the people who are in our community. And you know what's even better? We, as individuals, get to decide who our community is. We get to decide who our community is. We have very good brains. So you get to decide that people who look different from you, sound different from you, worship different from you, live different from you, are all part of your community. You get to make them part of your community. So how do we do this? Well, we have to accept and acknowledge our privilege. Some people have more privilege than others, right? I have white skin. I don't get pulled over for my license plate being wrong. That's a privilege, right? There are other ways that I don't have privilege, but I have real privilege. Next, you have to challenge yourself to stop when you think of a whole group of people as being one way or another. Now, what does that mean? I'm going to use some really easy examples. Have you ever heard anybody say redheads are feisty and they have hot tempers? Have you ever heard anybody say that about people with red hair? Is it true? Maybe sometimes, but also maybe not. Or maybe they're just human and all humans can be feisty and have tempers. Having red hair has nothing to do with it. And when you say all red-haired people are feisty or have hot tempers, you're making a generalization that can't possibly be true. A lot of us make these generalizations without even knowing it. It's very subconscious. And so we have to pay attention to the things that we're thinking about. And if we start thinking things like that, we have to go, stop. Just say it. Say it out loud. Say it in your head. Just say stop. It's very important to actually say stop. Can you believe it? Because that actually stops the thought process. And then you can say to yourself, is that true? No. Yeah. The next thing I would suggest that you do is widen your circle. We are not invited to all spaces, right? As a white person, I am not welcome in all spaces. Sometimes I just need to leave people alone in their own space, right? But sometimes I'm welcome in other spaces. And when I am welcome in other spaces, I should be gladly and joyfully joining them. So what does that look like? Go play at new playgrounds. Most of us go to the playgrounds in our neighborhood, and our neighborhoods are segregated. Go play in a playground at a different neighborhood than yours. Sit next to kids whose identities are different from yours. Maybe they speak another language at home. Maybe they worship in a different way from you. Maybe they have different color skin than you. When we can be together again, of course. But don't just sit with them. Get to know people. Get to care about them. Understand their lives and their perspectives. Ask them questions. Really get to know people. And then the last thing I recommend is choosing to be an upstander, not a bystander. We talk about upstander and bystander a lot in Spitfire. But when you experience someone being othered, trust your instincts and get help from a trusted adult if it's unsafe. If it's safe for you to speak up, speak up. If the person who's being othered is uncomfortable with the situation, help them walk away and then be there with them. Say, that's awful. I'm sorry that happened to you. I'm here for you. Okay? If you feel sad right now, that's okay. It is legitimate to feel sad right now. I feel sad right now. People of color feel particularly sad right now, and that is totally okay. Talk to a safe person who can share your feelings with you. You don't have to be alone. You aren't alone. We're all in this together, okay? So we're going to widen our community. We're going to accept our privilege. We're going to challenge ourselves to say stop when we categorize groups of people. We're going to widen our circle, and we're going to choose to be an upstander, not a bystander. And I got a book for you. All right, today's book is Intersectional Allies. We Make Room for All. It's written by Chelsea Johnson, Latoya Council, and Carolyn Choi. Ooh, look at these beautiful designs. Witness the lives of a bold group of friends. If one is in need, another defends. Age is one trait that each of them share, but kids' lives are unique, as you'll soon be aware. Each child has a story and their own point of view, filled with passion and power, just like you. My name is Alejandra, but I go by Allie. I use a chair, but that doesn't define me. Instead, it allows me to zip, glide, and play. When I need to get through, friends help make a way. Where there's room for some, we make room for all. Friends can be allies, no matter how small. Hello, I'm Parker. After school every day, Allie's family takes care of us both while we play. My mom works hard to provide for me. Her love's the source of our stability. No, not toys or money, nor treasures untold. Community care is more precious than gold. Skirts and frills are cute, I suppose, but my superhero cape is more Kate than those bows. Some may be confused that a kid like me can wear what I want and be proud and carefree. My friends defend my choices in place. A bathroom, like all rooms, should be a safe space. My name is Adila, and just like Kate, what I wear inspires endless debate. Some give, some chant, some sing, some pray. My hijab is my choice. You can choose your own way. The clothes that you wear never justify hatred. Clothes can be playful, simple, or sacred. Covered, adorned, or with casual flair, my body's my own. I dress it with care. My name is Naya, and with what's on the news, it's easy to be frightened or sing the blues. For her, for them, for him, and for me, we all deserve to breathe and be free. The color of our skin is no reason to hide. We protest for safety, equality, and pride. Our friends join along in solidarity and love. This is the stuff that allies are made of. Safety also includes our trees and air. The land we've called home are places of prayer. I am Dakota, and like my ancestors, my tribe and I are water protectors. From profit and power, we stand up to preserve our nations, our cultures, and the respect we deserve. My name is Gloria, y tengo 7 años. After school, it's to la fruteria I go. Trabajo cada día junto a mi madre. Vendemos piña dulce y mangos con chile. My language and savvy allow us to thrive. I've got hopes and dreams and skills and drive. Working together makes us both more secure. I'm a daughter, a partner, and an entrepreneur. See, she sells fruit with her mom. My name is Hee-jung, and I was born in Seoul. I moved here when I was 5 years old. I'm part of what's called the 1.5 generation. My parents and I span 2 different nations. Like Gloria, I am a help to my mother by translating for her one word to another. When the landlord tells mom, you can pay me next Friday, I repeat in Korean. I speak no Korean, I'm gonna try. Ama rentu daem ju gumyor naido donde. We navigate life in our new home together. because kids have the skills to make every day better. My name is Yuri, and I'm new to this place. Hyung's family welcomed me with love and grace. Finding refuge meant traveling far from home. I sailed, I flew, I rode, and I roamed. Escaping violence, war, heartache, and intrusion, we came to this nation, seeking dreams and inclusion. She's a refugee. Or an asylum seeker. From near, from far, from here, from there, we're more than our origins. We deserve care. Race, religion, citizenship, class, and ability, each of these intersects to form identity. Age, gender, size, and skin color too can make living life different for a friend than for you. Barriers and biases are often to blame. We strive to be equal, but not all the same. Life's ups and downs can take many forms, but standing together, we will rewrite the norms. That's the hope I'm talking about. Where there's room for some, we make room for all. Friends can be allies, no matter how small. All right, what do you think? So that book, what I love about it is that you get to know the characters more deeply. They're never just one thing or another. None of us fit cleanly into categories. Remember, our identities are complex. Our identities are a combination of our culture, our parents, our wealth or lack of wealth, our language spoken or languages spoken, our education, our faith. So many things make us who we are, and it's all of it together that makes our identity. And there's also choice. There's just you. There's the magic that is you, okay? And we all have things in common. And so our job is to not let bias and bad beliefs and white supremacy get in the way. Reach out. Expand your community. Make new friends. See what you have in common. All right. Love and light to you all.